What immediately caught our attention were the details surrounding the vehicle itself. Doors unlocked, keys still in the ignition, no signs of forced entry.
It presented a paradox. A vehicle ready to go, but its owner was nowhere to be found. Our first priority...
Entering a dark, unfamiliar property is always a high-risk situation. Flashlights became our timeline indicated Emily was last seen at a convenience store minutes before her phone abruptly ceased transmitting data.
At the exact moment her phone went dark, Emily's family received a fragmented voicemail, muffled breathing, followed by a short burst of static.
Initial reports from the responding officers indicate no obvious signs of forced entry or struggle.
My experience tells me to look beyond the obvious. A quick, untrained eye might see nothing amiss.
It's about finding the anomaly in the ordinary, the small deviation that indicates human interference.
A glass, lying on its side. Not shattered, just...
We designated this evidence marker #1. It suggested a sudden, unplanned movement.
And then, just a few feet away, in the small dining area adjacent to the living room, something almost imperceptible.
These marks, they weren't random. They weren't from everyday wear. They had a direction. They led directly from the dining area towards the far end of the kitchen.
And that's where the trail ended, at a section of the kitchen floor, partially hidden by an old utility cabinet.
While a team prepared to enter the crawl space, I stepped back outside to reevaluate the exterior. Mr. Thomas lived here alone. He claimed he'd been home all night, watching television. A perfectly normal, mundane... It's standard procedure. You verify every detail. Mr. Thomas said he was home all night.
Traffic cameras in the area. He was not home all night, and he was out. And he returned at a very specific, very critical timeline.
Now the subtle details inside. The spilled drink, the dragged chair, the scrape marks leading to the
Crawl space. A confined, hidden area, perfect for concealing activities from casual view.
Back inside, the team was meticulously preparing the crawl space for entry.
Entering a crawl space is a slow, careful process. Every step could disturb crucial evidence. We equipped...
Though the hatch was open, the confined entry itself still needed careful management. We moved slowly, and then, in a tucked-away corner, partially obscured by an old pipe, the beam of my flashlight caught something.
The immediate question was why? Why here? What could have happened in this confined, secret space?
Tucked against a damp concrete block, almost indistinguishable from the shadows, was a torn piece of dark fabric.
Someone was moved. Not walking, but guided or carried further into the subterranean space.
The trail of prints led us to the furthest, darkest corner of the crawl space. It felt like we were closing in, like the true...
Emerging from the crawl space, the daylight, even through the house, felt like a jolt, but the answers we'd hoped for...
The evidence at the Rhodes residence, the unsecured vehicle, the subtle interior disturbance,
This wasn't an opportunistic crime. This was methodical, practiced. Someone knew exactly what they were doing.
The chilling conclusion was undeniable. This was the work of a sophisticated, calculating individual. An individual who operated with precision.
We were dealing with a predator, someone who refined their methods, learning from each attempt.
With this new understanding, we initiated another perimeter search, a complete reevaluation of every inch of the property.
Then, as we rounded the rear of the house, our attention shifted to the ground. It was faint, but undeniably there. A series of muddy impressions, leading away from the house into the...
The prints were consistent, a steady pace, deliberate. They indicated a path directly away from the rear of the house.
The path took us deeper, through tall, overgrown grass. The prints remained clear, a testament to the damp ground.
This wasn't a panicked
We were now a significant distance from the house, deep in the middle of the field. The tree line was still a distant blur.
Every step was clear, each footprint distinct in the damp earth.
Then, abruptly, without warning, they ceased. One last perfectly formed print, and then...
No scuff marks, no drag marks, no sign of a struggle. Just solid earth, as if the ground simply swallowed.
We scoured the area. Inches, meters, nothing. No further tracks, no scuffs.
This impossible vanishing act transformed the case from a disturbing abduction into something truly...
And so, the search continues for an answer to an impossible question, a truth obscured by the unseen.
January 14th, 2020. Our unit received a call for a welfare near Cold.
The initial report was straightforward. A concerned neighbor hadn't seen Emily Rhodes for over 24 hours. Her vehicle, a blue sedan...